well, because a large part of it is to really understand it in use because of the hardware that's used as well. So here you can see a factory in Laval, and the operator there on the right, you'll be able to see the motion capture suit that they've got on, and that's what allows the ergonomic analysis to 1 degree of accuracy. You can also see somebody there with the Surface tablet, and that allows you to get the real-time flow of it, but you're also taking a recording of a video from the tablet, so then you have the comparison and the evidence inside the software as well. So you get, just like there, a side-by-side comparison of what was happening from the video from a real-life perspective and the visualization on a mannequin to really understand that data. So now we're going to show you exactly that live from the software. So I'm going to cut across and jump in. There we go. So you've got the software up straight from my screen. And just like there, you'll be able to see on the left the video, and on the right we have a full 360 degree visualization with the mannequin. So as I click play, you can see the both of them corresponding to the other. And there we're picking up some crates and putting them on top of the pallet. And there we're doing the same again. So this is obviously one of those repetitive tasks that we're trying to categorize. Now you might be able to see on the right there is all the statistics and the scoring that's real time. For those of you that aren't familiar with RULA and REBA, the higher the score, the more the risk. So you want to keep that as low as possible. Now it gives you the analysis of each of the different parts from each of the different sensors. And like I say, that's accurate to 1 degree. Down at the bottom, I have the time mapping. And if I just pull one of these across, I can get a wider view. So here we've already created some labels. So you can see here we're picking up some crates and then putting them on a new pallet. So just to help understand what's happening, we've created, and let's actually remove them and we'll create some new ones so you can see exactly what is happening. So what we do is we find where we're doing an action. So here we're picking up the crates and putting them on. So if I rewind to the start, so we start to pick them up just about here, and then I can create a new label. I choose what type of analysis I want, so RULA, REBA, or any of the others. And we can also implement your own scoring system as well. And here, just to visualize it, I'm going to put the load is more than 10 kilograms, more than 10 kilograms, and again for the posture. So let's call this 12 kilogram crate, and then click apply. So now you'll be able to see that this gives a real-time adjustment to the scoring along here as well. So I can click and drag, and you'll see the difference that makes to the scoring. So let me bring that down to a little bit less. And we'll call this one the 8 kilogram crate. And again, you'll be able to see its real-time adjustment on there. So they're the labels which help us to do it on there. And then we also have the steps which be used for these repetitive tasks, and I'll show you the results in the statistics. But it's all lined up quite nicely. And one of the other things I can do on here as well is I can run a charge port analysis. So here let's do 10 kilograms on NIOSH, and we have an acceptable hold, a grip, and this is a repetitive task, and we're doing, let's say, 6 every minute. And we'll call this 10 kilogram lift. So again, apply. There we go, and you'll see the real-time updating of that. But on here, you'll be able to see some statistics with the NIOSH. So you've got your recommended weight limit, which is 3.8 kilograms there. So you can see already that if we were holding a crate of 10 kilograms, that's pushing it a little bit further. And some of the other things I can show you on here, you'll be able to split it down into the individual parts. So the left and right on the RULA analysis, and the angulations as well. So we can see the flex, the lateral and the twist, and you can see that over time. One of the other things that's really useful from this point of view is when we find certain postures that are very high risk and we might want to change and do some training, we can capture some snapshot evidence, so both of the video and the visualization of the mannequin as well. So I'll just export that to my desktop and show you afterwards. And then we can also do an export into Excel, into an Excel format, and I'll put that on my desktop to show you a little bit later as well. So there we go, ergonomic report successfully saved. But this is just the live dashboard, and we also have full statistics. So if I go in here, you'll then be able to see the statistics for the overall exposure. So we've got close to 40 meters traveled and just under a minute duration. Now we've already created the labels and the steps. So if I was to highlight just the steps we did there, which we highlighted the single pickup, we can see that one of those movements is 4.1 meters of distance covered and 6 seconds long. So as a repetitive task, we can just multiply that by the amount of times that's done in the day to get our overall distance, the duration, and from here we can see our overall risk as well. We can click each individual body part, and that'll bring up the statistics from each part here on the right. And if I click the overall score, I can see if there's a difference between the left and the right side as well. So next, on the load port, if I move across to the next tab, we now get a visualization of where we are in terms of risk with each of the loads that we've done. So we highlighted the 10 kilogram lift, and you can see here that that means there's significant risk because that recommended weight limit is just 3.9 kilograms. And some other things that you can add into our software, because we appreciate that you probably have some sort of process already, and more often than not, these are checklists that are done from visual observations. So to help you migrate to NAWO, you're able to actually import your existing checklists, and you can either use them as an addition to NAWO or use it as you migrate things across. So these give the operative a chance to go through each of the different subjects and then just tick off everything to validate it meets the criteria. So we've done that in cognitive and environmental, which allows you to put in some of the captures that we're not able to get from the devices. So it helps give you really a complete solution inside and out. So from here in the bottom left, you see there's another export, and I'll show you this. So we can export the full report to my desktop, and then we'll show you exactly what that looks like. But one of the other things I wanted to highlight was here where we select the body part. So here I've got the trunk that then allows us for this really nice visualization into what's happening as well. So you'll be able to see the global in the yellow and the trunk just underneath in the darker. And if we go back to our dashboard, that's what gives us that real-time visualization of it as well. So then as we go across, we can see where the risk comes from, and obviously there's a big correlation between the trunk and our overall exposure. So let me just go to my desktop and I'll get up the stuff that you need to see. There we go. So hopefully you can see this okay. So I've got the snapshots here. So these were the ones that were taken from the real-time view. And then we've also got the different exports as well. So here's our report. We've got some snapshots from the mannequin and our overall data. And then as well, we have the global report. So the global report gives us the breakdown of each of the different body parts according to the assessment that we're using. And as well as that, you then have the statistics and the raw data as well. So it's nice and easy.